So this is Mr. O'Connor? Introductions are entirely unnecessary. I have heard so much about you from my boy. I finally said to him, Tom, good gracious, why don't you bring this paragon to supper? I'd like to meet this nice young man from the warehouse instead of just hearing you sing his praises so much.
Well, Mrs.
You know,
Wingfield...
we're having a very light supper, Mr. O'Connor. Light clothes and light food are what warm weather calls for.
Mother?
Yes, honey?
Supper?
Well, honey, you go to the kitchen and you ask your sister if supper is ready. You know that your sister's in full charge of supper. You tell her you hungry boys are waiting for it.
Okay.
You've met Laura, Mr. O'Connor?
Oh, yes. Yes, she,
She let you in, huh? Good. It's rare for a girl as sweet and pretty as Laura to be domestic. I'm not at all. I never was. I never could make a thing in the world but angel food cake. Well, you know, in the South we had so many servants. Gone, gone, gone. All vestige of gracious living gone forever. I wasn't prepared for what the future brought me. All of my gentlemen callers were planters or sons of planters. And so, of course, I assumed that
It looks to me like supper's on the table.
Well, let me look now. Why, yes, isn't that lovely? But where's Sister?
Well, she's not feeling very well. She thinks maybe she better not come to the table.
What? Why, nothing. Laura! Oh, Laura!
Yes, Mother?
You really must come to the table. We won't be seated until you come. Come in, Mr. O'Connor. You just sit over there and ask... Laura! Laura Wingfield! We can't say grace, honey, until you come to the table. Oh, here she comes now. Laura, dear, the table looks lovely. You've outdone yourself.
May I help you with your chair, Laura?
Laura. Oh, Laura, what is... You are sick, Tom. Oh, Tom, help your sister into the living room, dear. Huh?
Why don't you lie down a little bit?
Sit in the living room, Laura. Rest on the sofa. Oh, it's a shame, Mr. O'Connor. I'm afraid that standing over that hot stove made her ill. You know, I just told her that it was too warm this evening, but she didn't want you to be disappointed. But I'm sure she'll be feeling much better after supper. Is Laura comfortable in there, Tom?
Yes, she is.
Well, then I think that we may be seated there. And now, I think we may have grace. Tom, honey, will you say grace?
Oh. For these and all thy mercies, God's holy name be praised. Bite of dessert when the lights went out.
Oh!
Hey there, Mr. Lightbulb.
Where was Moses when the lights went out? Do you know the answer to that one, Mr. O'Connor?
No, ma'am. What's the answer?
In the dark. Now, everybody sit still. I'll light the candles. Which one of you gentlemen can provide a match?
Match? Oh, here we are.
Isn't electricity a mysterious thing? Wasn't it Benjamin Franklin who tied a key to a kite?
I'm sure I don't remember.
It can't be the fuse because I just... Tom, the light bill that I gave you several days ago, the one I told you we got the notices about.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't neglect to pay it by any chance.
To pay
Well,
it?
Tom probably wrote a poem on that light bill, Mrs. Wingfield.
I might have known better than to trust him with it. Well, we'll just have to spend the remainder of the evening in the 19th century before Mr. Edison made that Mazda lamp.
Well, a candlelight is my favorite kind of light.
That shows that you're romantic. Tom, as a penalty for your carelessness, you can help me with the dishes.
Well, let me give you a hand.
Oh, indeed, you will not.
I ought to be good for something.
Good for something? Oh, Sister is all by her lonesome. Now, you could go and keep her company in the parlor. And I'll give you this lovely old candelabrum to take in.
Well, thank you.
And see if you can coax Sister to drink a little wine. I think it would be good for her. Can you carry both at once?
Sure, I'm Superman.
I think you are. I really think you are.
Hello there, Laura.
Hello.
I brought you a little light and some dandelion wine.
Well, thank you.
Drink it, but don't get drunk.
You needn't have left the others if you...
Where shall I set the candles?
Oh, anywhere.
Yeah. I'll put them on the floor. I like to sit on the floor. Mind if I do?
Oh, no.
Have some gum?
No, thank you.
I think that I will indulge with your permission. Think of the fortune made by the guy that invented the first piece of chewing gum. Amazing, huh?
Yes. Mr. O'Connor, have you kept up with your singing?
Singing?
Yes.
Me?
I remember what a beautiful voice you had. I don't suppose you remember me at all?
You know, I have an idea I've seen you before. I had that idea as soon as you opened the door. It seemed almost like I was about to remember your name, but... Well, the name I started to call you wasn't a name.
Was it Blue Roses?
Blue Roses. My gosh, yes. Blue Roses, huh? You know, this sure is funny.
Yes. Yes, isn't it, though?
Didn't we have a class in something together?
Yes, singing. Chorus.
Now I remember. You always came in late.
Yes, it was so hard for me getting upstairs. I had that brace on my leg, and I clumped so loud.
I never heard any clumping. You shouldn't have been so self-conscious.
I know, but I was. It was always such a relief when the singing started.
You know, as I remember, you sort of stuck by yourself.
Well, I never had much luck at making friends.
You know what I judge to be the trouble with you? Inferiority complex. You know what that is? That's what they call it when someone low rates himself. I understand it because I had it too, although, well, my case was not so aggravated as yours seems to be. I had it until I took up public speaking, developed my voice, and learned that I had an aptitude for science. Before that time, I never thought of myself as being outstanding in any way whatsoever. You know what my strong advice to you is?
What?
Think of yourself as superior in some way.
Well, in what way would I think?
Why, man alive, Laura, just look about you a little. Look about you, and what do you see? A world full of common people. All of them born and all of them going to die. And which one of them has 1/10 of your good points or mine or anyone else's as far as that goes? Everybody excels in some one thing. All you've got to do is discover in what. Now, take me, for instance.
Yes?
Well, my interest happens to lie in electrodynamics.
Oh.
Now, how about you? Isn't there something you take more interest in than anything else?
Well, I do have my glass collection.
Well, I'm not right sure I know what you're talking about. Well, what kind of glass is it?
Well, it's little articles of it. They're ornaments, mostly. Most of them are little animals made out of glass. They're the tiniest animals in the world. Mother calls them the glass menagerie. Well, look. Here's one. You can take it in your hand. Only be careful. If you breathe, it breaks.
No, I better not take it. I'm pretty clumsy with things.
Oh, go on. I trust you. There now. You're holding him gently. Hold him over the light. He loves the light.
Well, it sure does shine.
I shouldn't be partial, but he is my favorite one.
What kind of a thing is this one supposed to be?
The single horn on his forehead, you know.
Oh, the unicorn, huh? Aren't they extinct in the modern world?
I know.
Well, where shall I set him?
Oh, put him on the table. They all like a change of scenery every once in a while.
Well. Hey, where does the music come from?
It's from the Paradise Dance Hall across the alley.
Well, how about cutting the rug a little, Miss Wingfield?
Oh,
Or is your program filled up?
I can't dance. I never danced in my life. My leg is...
Come on, try. Come on, a waltz.
Oh, but I'd step on you.
Well, I'm not made out of glass. Come on now.
Well, how do we start?
Just leave it to me. You hold out your arms a little.
Like this?
Right. Now, don't tighten up. That's the main thing about it. Don't tighten up. Relax.
I'm afraid you can't budge me.
What do you bet I can? Here we go.
Oh, goodness, yes, you can.
Let yourself go now, Laura. Come on, let yourself go.
I'm trying.
Loosen the backbone. Huh? There, huh? Now we're doing fine, huh?
Oh, my. My goodness.
Oh, what did we hit on?
Oh, the table, the
Oh, the glass unicorn.
It's broken. It's broken.